a suggestion box app, and how to add custom fields, then how to modify the user experience, then how to add the business logic, and lastly how to create reports and dashboards. So let's get started without further any delay. And I'm already logged to my org. I already created an application for the demo purpose, but I'm going to show you how you can create a custom app as well, and how to add everything in the position. First of all, when you are logged into your org, you need to create a custom object first. Okay, you need to go to the object manager, and this is the order I'm giving in which you need to create this whole thing. So first of all, you have to create an object named suggestion, which I already created by this name. And after creating this suggestion object, you need to add fields regarding this particular. In this object, you need to add custom fields. First of all, I added suggestion category, which is a pick list, and API name I also kept as suggestion category. Let's go into it, and let's see what is the how I created this, and what is the criteria for this particular field. So first of all, the label is suggestion category, field name, API name, object name, data type is a pick list, and this is the values which I have added in this custom field. Okay, so to not to waste any time, I already created this scenario so that I can give you a summary based on this whole thing. So I'm going to give you a basic examples and basic knowledge of creating the suggestion box app. I'm not going to go into details, but if you want a detailed video, you can put a comment. I will going to create a detailed video on that if you want. But let's go and see how I created and what the necessary fields for this particular building of the suggestion box app. So this is the values that I have put in this pick list. Okay, and as you can see, I already have created this custom field as pick list. So I assume that the viewers who are viewing this video are already know how to add a custom field in a particular object, and also how to create a object in the object manager. If you are not, so you can simply go to the object manager and click on here create, and from here you can click on custom object. After that, you have to add that object as per your requirement. So I'm not going to go into the detail. It is completely based on your requirement, so you have to figure out that as for your own requirement. So this is the way, this is the place where you can add your custom object. I also created from here only. So after creating this custom object, if you want to add fields, you need to go here in the fields and relationships under details, and then you need to click on new. Here you can then select which type of data type you want to select for your field. As I already shown you, I have selected previously a pick list, so I have selected this one, and I clicked on next for the suggestion category. Then you have to give a label, use a global pick list value set. If you want, you can enter values with a separate line. So if I click over here, you need to give the values by your own choice. For example, for example, let's say first, enter second, enter third. So you can add like this the pick list values if you want to add, or you can use the pick list value set, which is a completely a different topic, which on which you can find different videos on YouTube. So I'm not going to go into detail of that as well. So let's move on, and here you need to give the name, description. Then if you want to keep this field as required, you can click over here, and if you want to add any formula regarding this, you can do that as well. and next, and then you can save this particular field. Okay, so I created this suggestion category field, then I added this suggestion description field, and lastly I added the suggestion name field. So these three fields are custom field which I have added after creating this suggestion object. So this was the first step you need to do. Now after creating this object, what you need to do is you need to create an app, suggestion box app. So I already have created the application as well. I can show you over here. The application is suggestion box which I already have created. But in your case that you have not created it right now, what you need to do is you need to let me first go to over here. You need to go to view all, and what you need to do is you need to first of all, sorry, not from here, my mistake. Okay, you need to go to this setup. In this setup you need to find in the quick find box, write app, and you will find the app manager. On the app manager, click on the app manager and click on new lightning app. Okay, as per your requirement I have created the lightning app as per my requirement, as I can show over here as well here it is suggestion box app, it is lightning app. Okay, so you can click over here on new lightning app, and here you can give a name to your lightning app. For example, suggestion boxes. Okay, and developer name, description, value. You can upload, you can put image if you want. You can upload that image as well. From the images, if you have any images, you can put that image as your logo of that application. Right now I'm not going to put any logo, and I'm going to simply click on next. So these are the basic questions that it is asking. Navigation and form factor, which is standard navigation right now, and I will keep it that way. If you want to keep a console navigation, you can keep it that as well. It is asking for the supported form factors. I will keep desktop and phone both. In your case you can select one of this as per your requirement. And after that, setup and personalizations, it is again based on your requirement. And lastly, app personalization settings. So this is basics questions that you want to need. What things are you going to need in your application? So I will keep it as it is, and I'm going to click on next. And again, add utility item. If you want, you can add utility items. Okay, so here are the utility items that you can add in your application. Okay, there are standard, there are custom. As per your requirement, you can add that as well. So right now it is default. I'm going to set it as default. Now the main thing is which object you want to show in your application. I'm going to first of all, the app which the object which I already created, a custom object. First of all, I'm going to add that. Okay, and then I'm going to add reports, which is a standard object. Then dashboards, and one more thing, after creating an object you need to create a tab as well in order to add it on the display screen, on the main screen of the application. So you can find that regarding that as well. If you go to the setup on the search bar and find the tabs, you will going to find the tabs, and how to add the tabs you will going to easily find that as well. It is not so hard thing, so you can add that as well. So I added suggestions, reports and dashboards. You can add as per your requirement which item you want to add in your application. I am adding this 3, and I am clicking on next. And now which profile I want to give permission to. For right now I will give the permission to the system administrator. the profile you want to enable for your application, you can give the permission to that as per your requirement. And I will save and finish. I will save it and finish. I click on finish now. Okay, as you can see over here, our custom application is ready now. Now let's refresh this page, and here you can search for your application, and here it is, suggestion boxes. Okay, so I gave you a basic idea how you can add this how you can create an application. So you assume that you have got the basic idea how to create. So this is how I created my first suggestion box application, which is this one. Okay, and as per the requirement, I have added a few objects over here, and I also created few records. Okay, and this was the thing that I covered first of all, which is creating a suggestion box app, which I already shown you, then adding a custom fields, which I already shown you, and after that how to modify the user experience. In order to do that, you need to go again to the object manager, and in that suggestion app, in the suggestion object, you need to go to the page layout, and in this suggestion layout you can customize the page as per your requirement. So this is basically a page which will going to determine this particular lookout of this page, that how and which particular fields will be displayed on this particular record, for example. Okay, so in this page layout, as you can see, this is how it is showing. And if I and whichever the custom field that I have created, I need to add from here as well. Okay, so you need to add this from here as well. For example, if I remove it from here, as you can see, it has been removed from here. And if I save and if I refresh this particular page, and I have removed the category field, so it will not going to show the category field over here after a few refreshes. Okay, right now it is showing, but it takes a little time. But let's show you by creating a new record. Over there you will not see or find that category field. Okay, as you can see, the category field have been removed from here, and from the existing records it will going to be removed as well. Okay, so this is the thing, and I'm going to edit again over here where it was previously, and I'm going to save it again. So this is how you can modify the user experience. This is not some lengthy part that you can't understand. This is the easy part in the creating the suggestion box app. So this was the thing regarding this as well. And after this, how to add the business logics to customize your requirements. So this is completely also depends on your requirement. So for example, if you want to predefine something in your record, or you don't want the user to put inappropriate values in your record, you can put a limits via a validation rule or a flow or an apex trigger. But I'm going to show you first of all the validation, how you can do this via validation rule. So I already have created a validation rule, which is date in range for implemented date, which is this one. Okay, so what will happen when you create a record? I have given a condition in which the implementation date must be today or in the past, nor in the future. So I will show you the condition as well. Let me show you the condition which I have kept over here. So here it is. This is my custom, this is the API name of that field, and this is the condition greater than today. Okay, so this is how you can put the condition. So what will happen if I create a record, for example, or I've changed a date over here, let's say from this to today's date, and save. so it will going to save. But if I select any future date, for example 12th of September, and if I try to save, I will going to get this message: the implementation date must be today or in the past nor in the future. So this is the simple validation tool which I have kept in. This is the business logic I have created in order to put a limitation for the implementation date. So you can create an apex trigger or this kind of validation rules or a formula field. I will show you a formula field as well. There is a formula number field which I already created, which is number of days open. Okay, so this is also a custom field which I have created on this object, and I will show you the formula of this as well, which you can later on pause and see the formula. So this is the formula I have implemented, and I will show you the error message as well. Okay, okay, here it is a formula number field, and you can see that if the implemented date is blank today or minus, then so this is the formula that I have created for this particular number of days open. So what will it show? It will going to show this particular suggestion is open for this number of days. Okay, 454 days. So how much days have been passed since this suggestion have been created? So it is simply showing that how much days have been passed. Okay, so this is for that. It will going to be considered in the business logic as well, and I created this as per the requirement suggested, but you have to create as per your requirement again. There is a one flow, but I will going to cover that in the detailed video if the viewers ask for that. But for now I am going to keep it till this for the business logics. Now let's go to how to create reports and dashboards regarding this. So as I already added this object report and dashboards in my application, I am going to create a report first of all regarding this suggestion object. And as many of you maybe don't know how to create a report or not created yet, so this is just to see in the number of records. For example, you have bunch of records in the suggestion app, for example, okay, in the suggestion object, multiple records, and you want to filter out and see particular records. Okay, so you can create a report for that purpose. So I'm going to create a new report regarding this, and I'm going to show you this how to you can. So I clicked on the create new report, and now I'm going to select. I can select a recent report or I can create a new one. So I'm going to use this suggestion object, which is the custom one, and this is the already existing reports on this particular object, but I'm going to create a new one. That is why I'm going to click the start report, and once I click on start report, it will going to give me the basic field, which is suggestion name. I have to add the columns as per my requirement, for example implementation date or the status, and I have to add the group if I want to. For example, this I have to put the filter if I want. So if I want to filter out the records, for example based on the status, I want only that records which have the status of implemented. Okay, and if I apply and then save this and name it this. So here is the report. There are two records which have the status implemented. So you can simply see how many records are there with the status implemented by creating a simple report. Now this by this particular report you can create a dashboard as well. So what is dashboard? Dashboard will give you a precise look of what report actually means to show. So in the means of presentation, you, instead of using the report, you can use a dashboard. So here is the dashboard. You will going to see how it is used and how it is utilized. It is better for the presentation purposes. Dashboard. I have clicked on new dashboard. Now I'm going to name it as suggest test, and it will going to go in the private folder. Create. Now I add a component in here, which, and here you can see the already created the reports. So dashboard is basically can be created based on will be created based on the reports which is already in the existing reports. So it will give you a proper table format and better view in the means. Okay, so as I created this particular report, I am going to select this which I have recently created for this demo, and let's select this. And here you can see you can have different ways of look. For example, there are displays this particular chart or like this. Okay, so this is to see your reports as per your requirement, and filter out the records and see how many records are there in that report in the way you want to see. Okay, so this is a proper business format provided by Salesforce in the means of the dashboard. Okay, so let's keep it as the table right now, and here also you can add the columns if you want. Okay, if you forgot any columns to add in the report, you can add that over here as well. And I will put the component theme as dark, and I will add this component, and you can actually resize this component as well. Okay, and if you want to put a filter in this as well, you can do that too. Okay, so if you have created a report without any filters, no worries, you can add that filter over here in the dashboard if you forgot that in the reports. Okay, so this is the thing, and you can again change the format if you want. For example, you don't want the format of the table, you can simply click on this edit button and simply change the format and update it. Okay, so you can change the format as per your liking or as per your business requirement. So these are the different formats that you can put and use. Okay, so this is how it works, guys, and this is it for today's session of creating a suggestion box app. I hope you learned about this creating of the suggestion box apps. So I hope you learned so many things regarding the suggestion box app, and if you like this video, please comment and share this video to the Salesforce developers and who are interested in the Salesforce, and I will come with another topic as per your requirements. And thank you again, guys, and bye.